Hey there, Father Richard Conlon here. So often in the sacrament of reconciliation, we view sin as just a negative, something to wipe away. And there's some truth in that. But Father Blake Britton helps us to realize that there's also a positive approach to the sacrament of reconciliation. I hope you enjoy his reflection and stay tuned as I unpack his thoughts after.
You can reflect upon something you really enjoy, and then to be able to recognize how certain longings of the human heart are manifest in that, and you're desiring that.
Yes.
So it's such a positive approach in which you realize, okay, like there's something really good that I'm seeking when I like to gain.
Yes.
Rather than think of it as like, which often in our culture can be, this is like a step in which you need to get over, as though it's like a stage of immaturity or something. It's a very negative approach in which it's just a waste of time.
Right.
But
absolutely.
The ability for you to put the language and to name it to people, and then it allows them to become, like in an Ignatian way, like aware of what you're actually seeking while you're in the moment of something.
Yes. And this is key, especially again for the two of you preparing for the priesthood. This would be key, especially in the confessional, is where we're going to see this reach its fruition. So you're absolutely right. That ability. So a young man comes to you and he confesses that he's struggling with pornography. The ability to say why, and he'll say, "Oh, because I like to look at women." No, that's not really why. Like, what in your heart are you longing for? And it's amazing to see this young man come to a realization he's never come before. Oh, what I'm longing for is communion. What I'm longing for is affirmation of my own masculinity. What I'm longing for is intimacy. Okay, well now as your confessor, I can help you realize that you're not finding that in that poisonous pit of pornography, right? Let's find somewhere where you can find that. So I always approach every single human being I meet with the presupposition that they are good and that they are desiring goods. And that allows you, again, to develop an evangelical approach that is never the via negativus, but is always that via positivus, that way of positivity. So you're right, Deacon Richard. I mean, that's a very good observation on your part that we need to do that. That's very, very important, especially you guys. I mean, you're a millennial like me, Richard. I mean, and I maybe Kwan's, I think Kwan's probably a millennial. How old are you, Kwan? 20. Okay, you're Gen Zer actually, but that's okay. All right, we'll adopt you into the millennial category. You're welcome that we paved the way for you to enjoy all the video games that you enjoy now. I had this little Gen Zer come up to me at my school recently, and he said, Father Blake, do you know about Dragon Ball Z? And I said, oh, little one. The only reason why you know about Dragon Ball Z is because I watched it for 20 years. Okay? So you're welcome.
Yes.
But with the millennials nowadays that we don't receive well when people just try to squash what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so I've been amazed to see the reception that's usually had. Oh my goodness, I'm running late. But I'm amazed to see the reception this always happens. It's fine. People are used to it by now. The reception that it has when I go up to someone, and I'm sure you've had it as well, this experience, and say like, no, what you're doing is because you're good. Like, even if it's sinful, there's a good that you're desiring. So let me help you realize it to the fullest. And there's just such a joy that comes with that,
Yeah. And that's like the authentic way to actually pursue the greater good, is through like engaging with that good desire rather than just suppressing the bad.
Yeah.
You have a greater reason to go forward.
Yes.
You realize that there's something really good you're seeking.
Father Blake helps us to realize that we are fundamentally good and that we're always seeking the good in all of our actions. And so the things that we bring to confession, Father Blake encourages us to reflect upon, okay, why did we commit that sin? What in your heart are you longing for? And so when we realize that in any sin, like he spoke about pornography, that maybe we're longing for communion or affirmation of our masculinity, whatever it might be, there's a good desire that we're seeking. Once we're aware of that good desire, Father Blake encourages us to engage with that and to find a healthy way to actually fulfill that desire. So rather than just going to confession and trying to wipe away all the negative, we're encouraged to take more of a positive approach to see what is the good that we're seeking? What is the authentic good that we're actually pursuing in all of our sins? And when we start to get underneath the surface, we can start to find deeper healing and freedom. And that's what Jesus has come to do. Not just to wipe away our sins, but he's came to set us free for a life of freedom. I hope you enjoy this positive approach to the sacrament of reconciliation, and it encourages you next time you go to confession to ask those questions. Why? Why did I commit this sin? What am I longing for in my heart? I hope this inspires you to have a new approach to the sacrament of reconciliation. Feel free to comment below if you have taken any new insights from this video. God bless you.